I'm Sameer and I lead Sybits in India. Sybits is an AI-powered ad decisioning company for programmatic advertising. Now, first of all, thanks Abhijit, for that hard sell on AI. You made my job easier. But once a very, very complicated, difficult to understand concept, which was usually left for the experts to decode, has suddenly found its way in our day-to-day conversation. It wasn't like this probably last year. When I joined Sybits in January last year, and I would see the results, and the results were amazing, and I would just go to our industry partners and say, why aren't we seeing the kind of deployment that we should be seeing in the industry? And my arguments were mostly met with comments like, there is complexity of deployment, there is data regulation that we don't understand, there is lack of transparency in what happens in the back end, when AI is at work. Come 2023, in a span of a few months, all of that has changed and has been replaced with the curiosity to experiment and see the outcomes. Thanks to ChatGPT and its virality, this industry that has done wonders in the field of B2B and has built its dominance over a couple of years has seen an accelerated adoption in B2C. Today, AI is everywhere. Each one of us is using AI in some form or the fashion, or some form or the other. And it's safe to say that we are living in the golden age of AI. If you read the PwC report, it says that by 2030, AI is going to be the number one driver of global GDP growth. It's fascinating to see the kind of work AI is doing in the field of healthcare. Personally, I'm very excited about its advancements in healthcare. But there are other industries as well, automation, manufacturing, and ours is no exception. If you read the latest GroupM's this year, next year report, it mentions that AI is going to be informing or touching upon 50% of the global ad revenues as early as December 2023. So it's here, and it's imperative that we understand the importance of it, because the impact it is going to have in our lives as well as in our industry is massive. So it's important to get our AI strategy right. But before we talk about what goes into building a successful AI strategy, what we've seen and learned from our advertisers over the last 7 years that we have been in operation, let's get some basics answered. What is artificial intelligence? Now everyone here must be knowing what artificial intelligence is, right? But we thought who better than ChatGPT to ask this, since it is the buzzword. Now ChatGPT says that artificial intelligence refers to stimulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and learn like humans. So we beg to differ a bit, primarily because of two reasons. Because it says that it can think and learn like humans. It gives you an impression that there is general artificial intelligence at play. Today, the AI that exists is being built and controlled by humans. It's not thinking on its own, so there's no general artificial intelligence that's there. The second part is, it equates the machine's capability to learn with humans' capability. Machines can ingest large amounts of data, analyze it in real time, and build complex models out of it, which humans are not able to do, right? Instead, what we prefer as a definition is, it's an automation of non-trivial tasks, which means important tasks, that traditionally required human intelligence, based on a learning system fed with data. And now that we've established that there's no general artificial intelligence at play, let's look at, from our industry perspective, what are the two classifications of AI that are in front of us. You must have heard these words. A lot of people today before me have spoken about generative AI, predictive AI. Right? As the name goes, generative AI learns from historical data and will give you a new output, which is usually content. Images, text, videos, right? On the other side, there is predictive AI. Now, predictive AI learns from historical data and predicts the future outcomes, right? Sybits is a predictive AI. Predictive AI is today being used to predict, what would be the weather, what would be the stock prices, how a consumer is going to behave, and conversion probabilities in digital marketing. Sybits does that for you. Over the last 7 years that we have worked with brands, we have observed and learned a few things from our partners. For example, the 3 pillars to digital maturity. It usually starts with targeting and planning and measurement, and these are rule-based. Now when I say rule-based, it means that it is going to give you the same output for a given input. There is little or absolutely no role for AI to play here, and just some automation. The second is brand safety. Now brand safety, of course, as brands, you want your brands to be present in an environment which is not harmful. A bit of AI over here can help you identify those harmful placements and automatically remove it. Right? The third is bidding. Now let's spend some time in understanding what this function does for us. This is where you choose what impressions to buy and how much are you willing to pay for them. Every impression is different. There is no impression of zero value. There is some impression which is going to be likely a conversion, a high value conversion for you, and then there is going to be some impression which is going to be a low value conversion for you. You should be able to identify this. Right? Now, how do you identify? You as brands or marketers buy over 1 billion impressions a day. Each impression has over 50 variables that are today available to you. It's there without AI, it's available in your DSP, right? But to be able to make sense of that large a data set, you need machine to learn over it. The machine learns from what is happening in a converted impression and understands the impact of these variables and what has led to that conversion. Then it goes back to the DSP and understands how can I buy these impressions which are more likely to be a conversion at the fair price discovery and not what we have historically seen. Bidding is where you deploy most of your budgets. In our opinion, this particular function should be AI driven. Then comes, like any other strategy, there are critical components to AI strategy as well. The first point where you're going to start is people, and this, we've seen most of the brands do very well where the people are invested and passionate about technology, and they are involved in seeing this strategy through. Brands have succeeded and brands have failed where people have looked at it from a distance. If you're going to look at only one outcome and see whether it is working for you or not, most likely you will not unleash the full potential of AI. Also, as people, you should be able to build a repeatable approach that cleans insight across the targeting, buying, and measurement. The second is the technology that you work with. We've agreed many times in the past that one size cannot fit all. So how can an off-the-shelf algorithm fit for you? You have brands which are in a different life cycle, product life cycles. You have campaigns that are going after different objectives. Right? In a month, you can have several campaigns with several different objectives. You cannot have an off-the-shelf algorithm. What you need is a technology that is able to customize it for each campaign that you are running. And the third is data. Now, you're using your organization's data, you should be able to first leverage it in your ad stack. The second is that your data is your data and it should be protected. It should not be deployed in any platform that learns from it and uses it for the industry. So you need to first protect your data. You should be able to use your data. And the most importantly, this data is about your consumers. And before me, there were talks around how we need to ensure privacy for our consumers as well, and it's our responsibility. Your tech should be able to work without any privacy invading technology. So there should be anonymized data. There should be no way for the technology to be able to identify that. And the world is moving towards it. Yes, India has taken its time to formulate its GDPR or data protection regulation, but it will come soon. And as early as we can start on this journey, I think we are going to build a very successful strategy around it. But once you've got all these critical components with you, you cannot leave your AI alone. It's like a dog. If you want to train your dog to go run in one particular direction, and if you go about throwing the ball in another, the dog is going to go in another. You need to own it, you need to train it, it's maths, it's nothing else. It just understands the signals that you're giving, and if the signals are right, it is going to compute and deliver the right outcome for you. But then it's very simple once you've got all these critical components in place. First is start with the basics, have end-to-end measurement, and have one KPI to rule it all. For example, ROAS, which could be your customized way of defining ROAS. The second is again deciding what customized platforms you can work with. For example, a DSP that allows you power over your ad decisioning. There's no point having the latest ad tech and work with black boxes. The third is custom bidding. Now, custom bidding is individual impression scoring, which means that you're looking at variables, you're looking at impressions, and then you're seeing what variables have an impact on conversion probabilities, and your conversion is what you define, right? But you do individual impression scoring, and you create a bidding strategy that is aligned to deliver your business KPI. Your business KPI and your campaign KPIs can be two very different things. Scibids is AI as a service company, and we build custom algorithms for programmatic buyers. It's 100% of our business, and this is the only thing that we do across the globe. We were founded in 2016. We are a Paris-based startup founded by Remy and Julia, PhDs in AI. We operate out of 12 countries. We service over 45 countries today. We are connected to 350 seats globally as we speak, and we are buying hundreds of billions of impressions for our advertiser. In the initial few years, we were tasked upon finding those right partnerships with the advertisers and the agencies, because we had to establish a proof of concept that AI worked. And we have been able to successfully do that. But what it has led to is a bottoms-up approach today. Today, Scibids is being distributed with the help of our partnerships with DSPs and with enrichment partners. I don't know if you were able to catch this news, but about 2 weeks ago, we have announced an industry-first partnership with DoubleVerify, where DoubleVerify measures your authentic attention, and Scibids is the AI optimizer that brings it into real time and start optimizing it. So you're not waiting for a campaign to end to see what the impact is, but you can bring it right in the campaign and see it getting better for you. There are more such announcements to come in the later half of July. Alright, so marketing has been data rich for years. Currently, you give a brief to the agency about the outcomes you want to see. Agency goes back, builds a great plan aligned with what you want to achieve and some historical data. You go ahead and deploy it on the DSP. Now, the DSP operates with the data it has, but your source of truth is different. Maybe you are using Nielsen, you're using DoubleVerify, you're using Moat, you're using many other enrichment partners. So you operate within a DSP, you measure it in a third-party measurement, then you have your marketing clouds that are doing cloud, cross-channel personalization and giving you some insights about your audiences. But all these data sets are working in silos. Scibids plugs in the gap. It understands what is happening in your third-party measurement, and then builds a strategy to buy more of those impressions at the fair price within your DSP, and learns through the entire supply chain and improves your campaign performances. Our advertisers have seen 30 to 70% improvement in KPIs in a matter of few weeks. Their workflow has never been disrupted. It is just to add on to what you're currently doing. So there is zero disruption in your workflow. And it operates without any privacy invading tech. Scibids has been used for both branding as well as direct response. Brand equity journey started with a simple brief of, can you bring in the CPMs and CPVs down? That was the easiest of all to do. But then it quickly evolved to defining a quality CPM, and brand said that, a DSP CPM or DSP CPA does not matter to me. I want a customized CPA or CPM, and they started defining quality CPM or CPVOT, etc. Then Scibids was being deployed to bring that down and overall improve the ROI of the marketing. And today it is being driven for even further sophisticated measurement, like I mentioned, DoubleVerify for authentic attention, Moat video score. We are able to bring that into decisioning today in real time. On the direct response side, whether you are wanting to build traffic or divert traffic to your e-tailers, etc., you can do that today. Whether you are looking at conversions or whether you are looking at outcomes such as ROAS, you can actually bring that into decisioning in the campaign period. Finally, to summarize, brands are using Sybase. We are helping them expand their programmatic capabilities. Clear-cut benefits that brands are able to see is that whatever they were buying, they are able to buy it cheaper today. Clients are seeing 20-30% efficiencies coming in. You can optimize towards advanced KPIs. You don't have to no longer just be stuck to what buying KPIs are. You can go deeper, create your own customized KPI, and as long as you are able to measure it, feed it to the AI, you will be able to better it. And the third is it enhances productivity of your team. It frees up your resources to do more strategic work, and something that couldn't happen. Now imagine you being a brand which is running 150 campaigns today. There is no way that humanly optimizable functions that exist today can give same attention to each and every campaign. With Sybase at play, or with AI at play, let me generalize this today, but with the AI at play, each and every campaign of yours gets the same attention because it is a machine that is learning and working in the backend 24/7 till such time the campaign is on. I think I have some time to play my video. Here's a small video, and after that I can take any questions that you may have. My team is here. For the next 2 days, I would love to speak to you.
Digital advertising has changed. Increased regulation around consumer privacy means that traditional ways to target and measure digital ad campaigns have fallen out of favour, and there's no going back. Media buyers have evolved and expect their ad spending on the open web to deliver results on the metrics they really care about. That's where we come in. Sybase is the AI-powered decisioning company for digital marketing. Our artificial intelligence technology builds custom algorithms for media buying, executed in the demand-side platforms of your choice. Our tailored algorithms activate media planning and media buying inputs to optimize programmatic bidding decisions. Our AI also ingests measurement feedback to continuously improve the algorithm and boost brand and performance outcomes. Sybase is independent. We don't own inventory or partner with publishers. Our buying decisions are taken solely in the interests of the media buyer. Our technology is platform agnostic, requires minimal setup, and integrates with your existing DSPs, meaning traders don't need to learn a new system. Our algorithms have delivered uplifts of 30 to 70% on customer KPIs. Sybase AI is privacy compliant and future-proof. Our technology requires no direct consumer interaction. We don't need cross-site tracking or user profiling to base decisions on. Instead, we use freely available metadata from bid requests, containing no user-level information to create our advanced optimization models. Sybase AI closes the gap in your decisioning loop. Until now, media buyers have been limited in their campaign optimization to metrics measured in buying platforms. This means that bidding decisions are optimized against basic KPIs that don't always correlate to the business outcomes the advertiser needs. Sybase changes that by leveraging your unique data assets and measurement systems to deliver the results you really care about. It's time to get more from your media buying. Contact Sybase today.
Thank you for hearing me out. If there are any questions, I will be more than happy to answer.
All right, we'll just quickly take up that one question. We have a minute left. I'll just pass on the mic to you.
Hi. So I actually have two questions. One is I just want to understand, because you're in the programmatic space, how is programmatic shaping up in India? Although we hear a lot about spends moving towards programmatic, how is it split on PG, or are people buying on open web, open exchange? Right? So just want to get a sense of where you think India is standing in terms of programmatic and adoption of programmatic. The second question is this a sort of supply optimization tool that you have which automatically, let's say, optimizes supply paths, or is it something more?
Okay. Two-part questions. First, quickly on programmatic, there is still a lot of PG which is happening, which I don't really call absolutely programmatic, because there's no bidding out there, right? But I think it has more to do with the supply. When you look at video supply, it's limited on biddable, and it's more because the publishers want it They want a fixed price, they want a guarantee of revenue, and that is the reason why it is fixed. So I think it will take some time, but it will eventually happen as platforms scale and as platforms realize that direct demand probably will not cover up everything, they will open up, right? So it should move in a positive direction. The second part of it, whether we are a supply path optimization, there's a capability of supply path optimization, but our operation is only in DSP. You can tell the AI that I want to scale up on these 10 publishers as long as my KPIs are intact. So as long as the KPI is intact, AI will try and scale up on those. But once it tries to reach that KPI, it is going to then expand on more. So there are various capabilities. Like I said earlier, we are a maths company. The problem has to come from you. We will try to find a solve for it. So it can be done, but we are not a supply path optimization company. We are a company that powers ad decisioning within programmatic for an advertiser. So if you ask us, we're closer to the advertiser than the suppliers. Okay.
Samir, thank you very much for
Thank you.
keeping it slick and effective. We request you to remain on the stage. Shiny is just going to come forward and present what is due to you as a speaker. This is from Assembly. This is a hard case bag that you can enjoy and use it in utility. Thank you very, very much for sharing with us the transformative potential of AI when we talk about. That was helpful for our audience and also how cyber is really helping